everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing part 1 of an experiment propagating Monstera Standleyana cuttings. I'll be testing 3 different substrates: LECA, Sphagnum Moss, and Perlite. I'm a very hands-off houseplant hoarder, so I'll be using net pots and plastic cups to keep everything watered, and this way I just have to check the water level every now and then. This worked for my philodendron silver sword cutting, so we will see how the Standleyana like it. So I'm starting with Perlite, but I'll be doing the same process for each substrate. I'm filling a net pot with about 1/3 Perlite, putting in the cuttings, and topping it off with more Perlite to try to get it a bit more stable. It's a bit of a challenge because they do like to wiggle out of place. I've only used Perlite to root cuttings for begonias, which did turn out well, but I have no idea how this one will work out, so we'll see. Next, I used premium long fiber New Zealand Sphagnum Moss that I got from a vivarium shop. I'll put a link to it below. I'm most familiar with rooting cuttings in sphagnum, but since I had so many cuttings, I decided to do this experiment. Last but not least is LECA. I've converted a few plants to LECA that I tend to overwater, and they've been much happier there. I'm not sure how it will do with rooting cuttings, but fingers crossed that this turns out well. Once they're all potted up, I just pop them into a clear cup. Starbucks and boba cups are perfect for this, but I used some generic cups I had laying around. I used a mix of liquid dirt to water each pot and topped off each cup till the water level went to about 1/4 to 1/3 of the way up the net pot. I put less in the Sphagnum Moss cup since they generally stay pretty moist for me. And that's it. These cuttings came from a mother plant that was not getting enough love and light and ended up reaching up like crazy with barely any leaves, so I'm hoping I can give them more love this time around. So I'm not sure if this part is necessary, but again, hands-off houseplant hoarding has me hoarding tanks, heating mats, and other things, so I'm just going to leave these guys in here and see how it goes. I got these tanks to make tropical terrariums, but for now they are my humidity chambers. This meter was previously in my other tank, so it's still adjusting, but the temperature now stays around 70 degrees Fahrenheit with a humidity around 65. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Check in for an update in about a week or so. Subscribe and like so you don't miss out on more of my experiments.